We started out in a barn for a home, 1, 2 children, a giant yard to roam. Next was our very own land to own, acres to explore, find shell and bone. Only had one room like a small dorm, all slept in one bed to keep us warm. She transformed a shell room by room, 3, 4 children, a wish and a broom, memory and dream, curtain and paint. She even let us help decorate. She created a place we could thrive. Baby number 5 could finally arrive, whether grown in her womb or adopted in a courtroom, brought home like a stray, or only stayed with us for a day. We were never treated equally, instead needs met individually. The weird kid with the bug collection might need time for reflection. The one bouncing off the walls might need to go kick some balls. No two people are the same, not everyone likes to play in the rain. She made room for voices, for questions, for the mess, for the noise, for truth, for confessions. She made room at the table in her heart for the pain, for the chaos, for love, for a start. She made room. Baseball, basketball, football, track, every practice meet, there and back, gymnastics, soccer, volleyball, dance, every tournament match, paid in advance. The games, performances, fees and dues, costumes, support whether we win or lose, having to run the concession stand, fundraisers, PTA, where does it end? Band, choir, trumpet, flute, tuba, percussion, new marching shoes, private lessons, recitals, need a ride laid out at she managed so much on her plate. She helped with things no one thanked her for, spirit weeks, book fairs, class parties and more. We did plays, musicals, graduations, dances. She always encouraged us to take those chances. And when one of us knew something was unfair, when the world expected silence or didn't care, she stood up for us, said I trust my daughter. She focused on the bridge, not the water, standing up to authority and speaking truth was encouraged despite disapproval of youth. We were taught how to think, not just wrote to think for ourselves, not just quote. She made room for voices, for questions, for the mess, for the noise, for truth, for confessions. She made room at the table in her heart for the pain, for the chaos, for love, for a start. She made room. Somehow she fed all of us each day, just pennies, no shortcuts. She found a way, real food from gardens, rabbit and deer. We never went hungry year after year. She could recreate flavor from memory, no internet, simply her and a recipe. No dishwasher, every dish washed by hand. No microwaves, kids today just don't understand. She sometimes baked in a wood fire oven if the power was out and we needed a dozen cookies or bread or muffins as a treat. Always room for others, take a seat. She taught us to notice those in need, the kittens, the hungry, never act with greed. She opened her arms to welcome people and pets, never ration compassion but let it spread. We found a kitten once walking to Sunday school, covered in fleas, nearly gone. We learned a rule to help when we can, provide food and shelter. Nourishing others is the best heart melter. Now a lifetime of animals nursed back to health has taught each of us how to share our wealth. What little we have can always be multiplied. If we step out in obedience, God will provide. She made room for voices, for questions, for the mess, for the noise, for truth, for confessions. She made room at the table in her heart for the pain, for the chaos, for love, for a start. She made room. Some of us came with more than than expected. Extra worry, sleepless nights, haven't been neglected. Some children she fostered were hungry or afraid. Bodies bruised and broken, or didn't know how to play. Surgeries cast, hospital rooms, conditions, hours of appointments with different physicians, therapy schedules, ambulance rides, the fear of sitting at your child's bedside. No way to prepare for the storm that is trauma, but she handled it with grace as the chosen mama. She faced every challenge knowing love would find a way, and she leads by that example to this very day. She made room for voices, for questions, for the mess, for